Now I'm here, along for the ride. And I see the angels fly above. And I see that you have had enough. You walk forever, may I roam. And no, you'll never be alone. I see your eyes filled with tears, and I'm here to comfort you, my dear. And just know I will never be home, and I know you'll never be alone. And I see the angels fly above, and I see that you have had enough. And you walk forever, may I roam. Well, no, you'll never find your home. Never find your home. You'll never find your home. You see my soul right by your side, and I'm still here. I'm here alone for the ride. And just know that I had no choice. And I know it was my time to go. And I see the angels fly above, and I see that you have had enough. You walk forever, may I roam. And no, you'll never be alone. And I see the angels fly above, see them fly above. And I'm singing that you have had enough, that you have had enough. And you walk forever, may I roam. And no, you'll never be alone. Never be alone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The Heel in the Face live wrestling show you are listening to. And right now on the phone, we have the one and only Victor Cruz. How are you, Victor?
What's going on, guys?
All right, man.
How's everything going, Mr. Cruz? Where were you in Psycho Circus?
That's a good question. Most likely, I'll probably be making an appearance in the Battle Royal. As far as the match goes, they still haven't booked me in a real match, which is starting to be a problem over here. They're just not realizing my skills and my ability and what I can and can't do.
Well, I've seen matches that you've done in the past, and I think you deserve to be in it, bro.
I can't
don't
understand why
understand
you're
that.
not in Psycho Circus already.
Yeah,
Why you're not booked in a match? Why you're not announced booked in a match?
you should be.
Yeah, you know,
headlining.
I mean, a lot of things have to do with politics and who you're in tight with. So, it'll be a matter of time. I mean, I personally, I'm not one to sit around and play the politics game and rub noses with anybody. So because I don't, sit around and play that game, you kind of get pushed to the back, and it's like, But I'm always willing to do business, on a more serious level. So those little games, I don't play them.
Oh.
I hear you, man.
So let's talk about how you got started in this great business we call wrestling.
No problem. Where do you want to start?
Start from the beginning. What was the it moment for you? What was the moment where you decided that was it? You were becoming a pro wrestler.
I was a fan of wrestling since I was a little boy. It was always something that I enjoyed watching on TV, and for me, it was always the whole I'm going to do that when I grow up. So,
Well,
I grew up watching guys like Hogan and Piper, and the British Bulldog and the Bret Harts and the Mr. Perfects.
well, what was the guy that brought you to your knees of saying, "This is what I'm doing"? The main
Knucklehead.
guy.
I think he was getting to that.
Hey, listen.
As I grew up, I watched a lot of those guys, and then as I got older, wrestling started to change and evolve, and I think the it for me was probably when I started watching guys like, Mysterio and, Juventud Guerrera and the Rob Van Dams, like all the more action-packed guys, the Flyers and the guys that had the more agility and those kind of guys. For me, that was kind of it. It was more of like the ECW era when ECW started to become a little bit bigger. Growing up, I didn't exactly have cable TV when I was growing up, so, with me, it was always had to watch the videotapes when my boys had it or whatever, and we started watching the videotapes, and you mess around in the basement with the boys or whatever, and it was just always something that I enjoyed. So as I grew up and I kept watching it and watching, I just got so into it, and I was always watching. Eventually, my parents ended up getting cable TV, and I was able to start watching Monday Night Raw and the WCW and all that other stuff. And it was still something that I said, I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to do that one day. I just didn't know how to go about it. So I think I was shooting pool at one point. I used to play on a 9-ball league for the APA tour, and some kid approached me with a flyer for a Psycho Circus event, and I checked it out. I kind of dismissed it a little bit, and I was like, oh, he had mentioned something about them bringing in Terry Funk and Mick Foley to do an event with them, and I kind of just put it on the back burner. I didn't think about it much because to me, if it wasn't WWE, it wasn't wrestling. If it wasn't, some name guy that I knew about, to me, it was just backyard. So maybe I'd say maybe a year later, I was rummaging through my closet and looking for something, and I came across the jacket that I had that flyer, and I saw the flyer. And on the back of it, it said NYWC Academy, so I decided to come by and take a look at it, and I checked it out. And, it looked great. I mean, the training looked official, and I saw the credentials that were, who had came out of there and who the trainers were and where they had been. And, I watched the guys train and practice, and a week later I came in and signed up, and I started my training.
Wow.
There you go. That's cool.
All right, so now I'm going to ask you, where do you see yourself in NYWC by this time next year?
I did an interview with Hibrowski and Sign Guy a couple months back, and I remember telling him that 2013 was definitely going to be my year. And things are starting to come together as far as my abilities in the ring and what people aren't seeing and what I'm doing that people aren't seeing. So, where I see myself, it's hard to say again because, the politics game is only going to let you go so far, but if all goes well and things go the way that I want them to go, I'm going to be forcing my way into a position that's not going to go overlooked. So, you'll start seeing a little bit more of me this year. Not like you saw me last year, but definitely more matches coming up pretty soon. So that's going to be a guarantee. So, with maybe tag matches, a run for the Fusion title, I'm going to strive for the gold, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take it if it's not given to me.
Speaking of the gold, do you have a prediction for the championship match at Psycho Circus? Who do you think's walking out of the ring with the belt?
Order of the Black's going to stay with the belt.
Whoa.
Order of the Black. Oh yeah.
Order of the Black. There's no question.
Definitely. How you like that, Sean?
I guess I like that just fine.
Yeah, all right. That's definitely cool, man.
Yeah. By the way, the NYWC Livewire guys are lighting up the chat room with hashtag Push Victor Cruz.
Yeah, I want to thank them. I want to thank you guys for all the support. You guys do a lot to help get me noticed. To be quite honest, if it wasn't for guys like you and Sign Guy, I wouldn't be getting all the recognition and the attention that I've been getting now since I'm not wrestling, as opposed to when I was wrestling and I was getting no attention at all.
Well,
definitely, man. That's what we're here for, and we want to see you as the next champion if possible. That's what I would like to see.
I definitely want to see that too. So,
hey, if it's not now, maybe sometime next year.
So, what was your greatest match you ever had?
What was that?
What was your greatest match you ever had?
I've had a lot of matches. So my favorite match that I would probably one match that kind of does stick out a little bit is I had a match with I don't know if you guys remember. Some of you guys have followed me a little longer than others, but when I made my transition from the group, The Uninvited, towards the tail end of that into the new look that I had transformed into, which was the goth look, which is the look that I have now. I think my favorite match has been, my most memorable matches was probably my first match as my new gimmick against Spider. It was something different for me. It was something new. The crowd kind of reacted completely different. It was like, oh wow, who's this guy? Oh, that's Cruz. He looks totally different. We had our great match. It was good. It was fun. I think I actually knocked him out at one point on a kick to the head, and I got the win. And then Order of the Black came out. They whooped my ass, and I go backstage, and it's different story, but definitely one of the matches that sticks out, one that I'm definitely going to always remember. Another match, I had a match with Apollyon. It was me and Apollyon against Tony Nese and Alex Reynolds. It's also a match that sticks out a lot. It was a good match, a lot of stuff going on in there. It was definitely memorable. It's probably up on YouTube if you guys get a chance, you check that out.
Cool.
Well, definitely cool, man. Now, my question is actually a little bit different from his. In WWE,